A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 32, an eschatological reversal. See, a king will reign in righteousness, and princes rule with fair judgment, each like a shelter from the wind, a refuge from the storm, like streams of water on arid ground, like the shade of a solid rock in a weary land. The eyes of seers will no longer be closed, the ears of hearers will be alert. The heart of the rash will learn understanding, and the tongue of stammerers will speak promptly and clearly. The fool will no longer be called generous, nor the villain be styled honorable. Contrast between the fool and the noble. For the fool speaks folly and his heart works evil. He is godless in his actions, and his words to the Lord are deceptive. He starves the hungry of their food and refuses drink to the thirsty. All the ways of the villain are evil. He devises infamous plans to ruin the poor with lies, though the needy has right on his side. But the noble person plans only noble things, and by his nobility he will stand firm. A warning to idle women. Stand up, you women of leisure, listen to my words. You complacent young women, pay attention to what I say. Within the days of a year you will tremble, you complacent women. Vintage will fail, harvest will not happen. Shudder, you women of leisure, tremble, you complacent women. Strip yourselves bare. Put sackcloth round your waists. Beat your breasts for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, for my people's soil growing thorns and briars, and for every joyful home, for the rejoicing city. For the citadel will be abandoned, and the thronged city deserted. The citadel and the watchtower will be animal dens forever, the playground of wild donkeys and the pasture of flocks, until the Spirit is poured out on us from above, and the desert becomes an orchard, and an orchard will be reckoned as a forest. Fair judgment will settle in the desert, and righteousness make a home in this orchard, and the outcome of righteousness will be peace. The effect of righteousness will be calm and security forever. My people will live in a peaceful home, in secure settlements, in tranquil dwellings. The forest will be totally destroyed and the city laid low. You will be happy to sow beside any waterway, and to let ox and donkey roam free. The word of the Lord. A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 33. Woe to you, destroyer, though not yourself destroyed, traitor, though not yourself betrayed. When you have finished destroying, you will yourself be destroyed. When you have stopped betraying, you will yourself be betrayed. A psalm of praise. O Lord, show us your mercy. We hope in you. Be our arm every morning and our salvation in time of distress. At the sound of tumult, the peoples take to flight. When you rise up, the nations scatter. Then spoil is gathered in as a locust gathers it. As locusts swarm, they swarm upon it. The Lord is exalted, for he dwells on high. He has filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. He will be the stability of her times. Wisdom and knowledge are the riches of salvation. The fear of the Lord is her treasure. Chaos and unrest. Look, Ariel is lamenting in the streets. The ambassadors of peace are weeping bitterly. The highways are deserted, no travelers left on the roads. He has broken the pact, despised the witnesses. No one is respected. The land pines away in mourning. Lebanon is withering with shame. Sharon has become like the wasteland, Bashan and Carmel stripped bare. Now I shall take my stand, says the Lord. Now I shall arise. Now draw myself up. You conceive chaff. You give birth to straw. Like fire, my breath will devour you. The peoples will be burnt up as though by quicklime. Like thorns cut down, they will be burnt on the fire. You who are far away, listen to what I have done. And you who are near, acknowledge my strength. A moral catalogue. The sinners in Zion are panic-stricken, and fear seizes on the godless. Who of us can survive the devouring fire? Who of us survive everlasting burning? One who acts righteously and speaks honestly, who scorns to get rich by extortion, who rejects bribes out of hand, who refuses to listen to murderous plans and shuts the eyes not to look on evil. Such a one will stay firm on the heights with craggy rocks for refuge, with abundance of food and sure supply of water. Future restoration. Your eyes will gaze on the King in his beauty. They will look on a land stretching far and wide. Your heart will dwell on past terrors. Where is the man who did the counting? Where is the man who did the weighing? Where is the man who counted up the towers? No more will you see that overbearing people, that people of unintelligible speech, stammering in a barbarous tongue you cannot understand. Gaze at Zion, city of our festivals. Your eyes will see Jerusalem, a home that is secure, an immovable tent, none of its tent pegs ever to be pulled out, none of its guy ropes ever to be broken. There, the glorious name of the Lord is ours, a place of rivers and wide canals, on which will row no galley, over which will pass no majestic ship. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord our lawgiver, the Lord our King, he will save us. Your tackle has given way. They cannot support the mast. They cannot hoist the signal. Then the blind will take their share of the plunder, and the lame have a share in the spoil. No one living there will say, I am sick. The people living there will be pardoned, all their guilt forgiven. The word of the Lord.